Hey guys, welcome to Data Tutorials. So in today's video, we will see the design and development of this beautiful dashboard from start to end in Excel software. And whatever you are seeing in front of your screen, this is the final output of our video. And we will see the step-by-step solution of how to build this beautiful Excel dashboard and how to solve this particular business problem which is given by a client to us, right? So whatever you are seeing right now in front of you, it is a completely dynamic and interactive dashboard which are operated by using these two filters or slicers which we say in the Excel. So whenever I'm clicking on, let's say, rural, the data which we will be getting here, it will be with respect to rural. Whenever I click on urban, the data will be with respect to urban. All the charts will be changing with respect to that, and it will give us that particular value. We have one more filter over here, which is accident date filter or a timeline filter. So if I want to see for a particular year, if I see for 2021, the data will be given in front of us for that particular respective year. Similarly for 2022. And so in this particular Excel project, we will be learning different things and solving this particular business problem. First of all, we will having the data which will be taken from the Kaggle website. The data is whatever we are having. It's a demo data. It's not a real-time data of any of the organization or any of the government websites. So it's a completely manipulated data which will be used for a practice purpose. So firstly, we will see the data cleaning, how it is done into Excel. This will be the first step. Then we will go ahead and see how to do the data processing. We will apply some formulas and we will build some customized column for us in the data which will be used for us in the visualization. Next, we will see the data analysis where we will be using the aggregation data. We will build the different pivot tables and we will try to build some charts out of that. Then we will see the data visualization. We will build some custom charts. We will give some formattings and we will try to place them into the dashboard as well. And our final output will be a report or dashboard which will be built by using this particular 4 to 5 steps which we saw before. And this will be the final output to our customer, which will be in the form of a dashboard and which will be for sure a dynamic one, so that they can be they can see the data at different granularities, different filters or slicers. Next, what we will be having, the first step will be the requirement gathering, right? So first of all, client will come and give us the requirement. So in this case, what client want to create is a road accident dashboard for a year 2021 and 2022, so that they can have an insight on this particular below requirements which they have mentioned. So they want a primary KPI where it should be showing the total casualties which are taken place when the accident was taken place. And they want one more primary KPIs in the form of like total casualties and percentage of total with respect to the accident severity, and the maximum casualties which are taken by a particular type of vehicle. So these are their primary KPIs which they want to be focused or to be highlighted at the top or whatever position which will be feasible into our dashboard, which will give us the overall idea of this particular dashboard or the business. And the next one is the secondary KPIs where they want to visualize the casualties which are taken place in the accident with respect to the vehicle type, right? So which vehicles were were taken, which vehicles were included into that particular accident, and with respect to those vehicles how many casualties have been taken place. So they want to be mentioned as a secondary KPI. Then they want us to show some charts, and they want us to show the insights on monthly trend, showing comparison of casualties for current year and previous year. Also, they want to see the maximum casualties by road type, the distribution of total casualties by road surface, and they want to see us the relation between the casualties by area, location, and by day or night. So with respect to this requirement, which are came by or came from the client, which they have asked us to build some charts and build some KPIs out of this. So this will be the requirement in real time also. Somewhat similar type of requirement is given by the client, but more in the detailed way, right? So here we have just taken an overall picture of whatever we will be building for the client, right? So this is the requirement phase, which is the very important first step of building an Excel dashboard. The next we will see which stakeholders are involved in this particular project. Stakeholder is nothing but which particular peoples or organizations or the departments will be using our dashboard for their use, right? So the first and most important stakeholders in road accident dashboard is the Ministry of Transport, where they will go ahead and use this dashboard and see what values are there with respect to the ask which they have uh, asked us to show in the form of dashboard. The next one is the road transport department, obviously the police force. Then we have emergency services department like healthcare. There may be healthcare departments. Then we have a road safety cops, right? Then there are transport operators. Then traffic management agencies are there. There may be public or they may be private agencies. Then the public, that is nothing but us who are affected by with this particular what we can say accidents and whatever casualties have been taken place. Then the next one is media, who are also involved in this particular dashboard, right? The next one, this the metadata is nothing but what is the meta of our particular data. So the file extension which we are using, it is a .xlx file, and it's a excel file, not a csv file. The number of rows into this particular data, it's 3.07 million of rows are there. Then the number of fields which are there are 21 fields are there. And with respect to this particular data, we will be building our dashboard. So before moving ahead into this video, I request you guys to go ahead and like this particular video, subscribe my channel, and turn on the notification bell. So whenever I'm uploading any video in future regarding Excel, you can get a notification, you can watch that, and you will learn something new. All right. So the data which we have here, which I mentioned you previously, it was a 3.06 million of records are there. But when I see, it was a mistake from me that the total number of rows which we have here, the count of rows are 3.07 lakhs. That is 307 thousands of rows are there, which is a good amount of data, right? So you can change that particular thing into your PPT as well. And for the data which we have here, you can download the data. I will put a link into the description box. From here you can go ahead and download, and you can replicate the same into your particular system, whatever we are doing the steps over here. All right. So the first step into our Excel project or the data analysis project, which we will be data cleaning. All right. So we will start with data cleaning and see if any cleaning is required into this particular data set. So first of all, the data which we have here, all the columns are having some different width, and those are not adjusted with respect to the cell size which we have, or the cell, the amount of words that are there into this cell. So what I will do, I will select this entire data from here, and I will go over here. So you will see that this particular arrow has been appeared. So I will just double over here. You can see all the particular columns will be adjusted with respect to the data, maximum data they have, and we can see all the data into this column. All right. So the first thing what we have to do is you have to go ahead and add this particular filter over here. So I have already added it. So I will just remove it and I will show you how to add it. So what you have to do is you have to select this first column, entire column. You have to go into this home ribbon, and in this particular option, that is sort and filter, you have to click on filters. Particular filters, we will go ahead and see if our data is having any wrong values or any missing values are there, or if there is any typo error which we need to change, and we need to clean those, right? So we will check one by one particular headers and particular columns. So if you can see, there is an accident index. So one thing is important here, the accident index is the primary key into this particular data. It will be having an unique what we can see id or index to each and every row. There should be no duplications in this particular what we can say column, and there should be no any blank as well. So when I go ahead and click onto this particular filter and the drop down of this filter, and if I check each and everything, there will be no any blank over here, right? So always make sure there will be no blank into index, right? Because it is a unique key for this our data. Then we have a date field. So as mentioned by client, the date field, we are having the data for 2022 and 2021. So make sure if we are having the correct data. Then we have a day of the week, and this is nothing but there should be not any blank over here as well, because we have a date for each and every record. Similarly, we will check for this as well. So if you can see, if this particular other members are having any blank value, that we can understand, because there might be any record where it might not have any blank value, or it might not have any that particular data assigned to that particular field, right? So we will check the junction details as well, right? So this is also good. So and make sure that always remember, so there should be not a spelling mistake, right? If there is a particular member into that field which is having the same meaning, but it is having two different what we can say members with a small spelling mistake. So that should be not there, because we have to go ahead and clean that particular data. So always check your data first, right? So we will go in accident severity. So here you can see, if you I can see there are four severities here, that is fatal, fetal, serious and slight. So we can understand that fatal can be one particular severity, serious can be there, slight can be there, but fetal can't be there. So this is nothing but a typo error which was there while entering this particular data. So we have to fix this, we have to convert this fetal into fatal. So how we can do that? So we have to select this entire column. So what I will do into for I will select the first cell, and I will press Control Shift and down arrow onto my keyboard. So this particular entire row will be selected. I will go at the top and I will press Control F onto my keyboard, and I will go into this replace button, and you can see find what we have to find is fetal. I have already typed here fetal. You have to type here fetal, and you want to replace this particular fetal with fatal, that is FATAL. Okay, and I will just hit on replace all, and you can see there were 49 replacement made. So there were 49 typo errors made into this particular column. So I will just hit on OK, and I will just close this. And when I go ahead and check this again, you can see that particular typo or that particular field has been removed and it has been replaced by fatal. Okay, so this was a most important thing, because this was used in where was going to use into our KPIs. Okay, so I will just save this. So we will be using a saved version of this particular file, and in this way I will just check the other as well. So you can go ahead and check this light conditions as well and all other fields. So I have already checked this. You can go ahead and check for all other things as well, if there is any data cleaning required, if there is any typo error or not. All right, so this was the first part, that is nothing but the data cleaning part. So now we will move ahead to our next step into this Excel project, is the data processing part. All right, so in this part what we will do, or in this step what we will do, we have one requirement where we want to show the trend line for current year and previous year casualties. Okay, so the trend line we want to show it should be a monthly trend, right? So to have the monthly trend, we want, or we should have a month column where we will be having different months into that particular column. So to add that particular column, we need to do some calculations over here. So what I will do, I will just click over this particular C column. I will select this particular one. I will right click here and I will click on insert. So new column will be inserted, and I will name that particular column as month. Okay, so now we will be using here a formula, and we will be using a text function over here. So text function have first argument as value. The value is nothing but the date, comma. The second argument is the format text, what we want to convert this particular date, what formatted text we want. So we will be using a double inverted commas, and I will just, so what we want here is January, February. We want the month to be extracted from this date field, but we want the month, we want only first three initials of that particular month. So I will just type MMM three times, which will give us the first three initials. If you want the complete name, you have to type it four times, that is MMMM, right? So I will just close this double inverted comma and close my parenthesis and enter. Okay, so you can see this has been extracted, that is the month has been extracted from this particular date. So what I will do, I will just carry forward this formula to the entire row. I will just click here, go to this particular small square over here and double click over. So this particular formula will be carried to this entire column, right? So this is what we have added month. The next thing what we want to add is year as well. We want to extract year as well from this particular field. So once again, I will go ahead and insert here one column and I will name it as year. All right, and we will be using the same function, that is text function, and first argument again the value will be the date, original date, and we want here year. So for a year, what we have to do, in double inverted commas you have to type four times y and close this parenthesis and enter. Okay, so you will be getting year from this particular field. So same we will carry forward formula, and you can see we have got this particular formula over here. You can go ahead and check to the last, so it has been carried forward at the last row. All right, so if you go to this particular drop down and see, there should be no any blanks added, so that this particular formula is working fine. Similarly for year as well, so we have 2021 and 2022. All right. So this was our second step, that was data processing, where we have added some customized column into this by using some formulas. All right. Data analysis and data visualization, both the steps we will be doing simultaneously, because we will be creating a pivot table and simultaneously we will be creating a visualization as well. So what we will be doing here is we want to insert a pivot chart here. So select any cell into our data, go into insert ribbon and click on the pivot table. So it will ask us to go to the new worksheet. So we'll just click on OK, and the new sheet will be opened here, right? So I will name this sheet as KPIs, because first we will go ahead and design our KPIs over here. So select this particular pivot table, whatever window we have here, and this field will be activated. This what we can say field list will be activated. Okay, so the first what we want is the total number of casualties. So we can scroll down and we can see here these are the total number of casualties. We just have to click here and we can see the total number of casualties have been visible over here. Next thing what I will do, we want to create one more pivot chart, but we will be doing that in the same chart, in the same sheet. So I will just select this. I will just control C over here and I will just copy and paste it over here, right? So now this value will be not touched. So we will go ahead and select this particular pivot chart. And if by mistake if when by or whenever you are clicking onto this particular cells, you are not seeing your field list. So make sure you are in this particular selected cells and you have to go into this pivot table analyze button or ribbon. And in this here you have to click on this field list. So that's this particular what we can see the options to drag into rows, filters and column values. It will be activated, or we call it as pivot table fields. All right. The next what we want is we want the primary KPIs with respect to. So this is what we are designing here is the primary KPI, and then next the primary KPI as per the requirement we want with respect to the accident severity. So I will take the accident severity from here and I will put it into rows. Okay. So you can see this we have the accident severity with respect to rows over here. All right. The next thing what we want is we want it to be displayed with respect to percentage of total as well. All right. And we want a bar, what we can say a chart over here, right? So the total value should be displayed and the total number of what we can say percentage of total should be displayed into this particular donut chart, and at center we want one value. All right, so we will go back to our dashboard, and so here we have to work on the data. All right, so what we will do first, we will create it for fatal. So I will just go ahead and write it for here as for fatal. All right, so for fatal what we will do, I will just highlight this so that we will know that yeah, this is for fatal. So I will just go ahead and highlight it with this color. So for fatal what I will do, I will name it as the fatal as total number of what we can say severity. I will change this to fatal severity. All right. So now we need it for fatal. So I will just press it is equal to, and we will be taking the value for fatal. So I will just press enter, and we have extracted this value from pivot table. So whenever this value will change with respect to that dynamic, this value will also change because we are using here formula called get pivot table data. Okay, so if you are not getting this value over here, so select this particular pivot table, any cell into this pivot table, this option will be activated, and make sure into this particular pivot table named drop down there is one option data called generate pivot data. This should be ticked over here if you are not getting your value or if you are getting any error over here. All right, so make sure we have extracted this value from here, and we want to calculate the percentage of this with respect to all of that, right? And we want the remaining percentage as well. So we want it for fatal, and we will name all these two as others. Okay, so these two will be other, and these two are nothing but we will be taking it as this plus it will be this. Press enter. Okay, so this is nothing but apart from fatal, these are these two values, right? So now we want to determine the percentage over here. So when I press is equal to, and we take this and we have to divide it by total. Okay, so total is nothing but this plus this, right? Or all these three what we can say combined, or we can say these two combined. So divided by, I will put a bracket over here, again this value plus this value. Perfect, and press enter. So if you can see, if I select this two, and if you can see the sum of it is 417883, the same grand total. What I will explain you what I have done here. So we want the value for fatal severity. So I will write a fatal over here, and we will be extracting this value from here. And others are nothing but, apart from fatal, what are the total additional values? So other additional values are serious and slight. So we want to display the percentage of that as well, because we want to create a donut chart over here. All right. So this is nothing but what we have created a formula over here. So when I drag this formula down, you can see we are getting 1 as a value, which is wrong, right? So for that, what we have to do, if I click on this particular formula, it is taking as what we can see 11 divided by the total of these two. So total of these two is nothing but 1 only, that is 41078. So it will give us 100%. So we have to change this formula. Okay, so we have to change this formula. What I will do, this particular total, I will have to fix it. Okay, it should be not changed when I drag the formula. So I will just press function F4. Okay, you have to press function F4 from your keyboard. So you can see these dollar symbols are applied. It is nothing but we have fixed that particular cells in that particular formula. I will just click on enter, and now what I will do, I will just this formula down. So you can see this, the total of this particular will be 1. All right. And now we want to convert this into percentage. So select this and go to here in general, in home tab, you in general tab, you can see there is one percentage symbol. You just have to click over here. So it will be converted into percentage, but we want it up to 1 decimal point. So I will just click on this particular what we can say increase the decimal part. So if you are clicking it twice, it will increase 2 decimal points, and if you want to reduce, you can use decrease decimal. All right. So this is what we can say first fatal severity KPI we have designed over here. The next what we have to create is a pie chart out of that. Sorry, not a pie chart, a donut chart. So what I will do, I will select this value. Okay, select this particular value, go in insert. Okay, and then you have to create a chart. So there is a pie chart option here. Click on this drop down, and there is a part called donut. Okay, so this is our donut chart. So I will just reduce its size. I will replace it over here, and we want to delete this. We don't want this contents over here. All right. So this is our first, which is for fatal severity. Okay, same we have to determine it for serious, and we have to determine it for slight as well. So what I will do, I will just take this Control C and I will copy it over here. Okay, so instead of fatal, we want it for serious. All right. So now instead of fatal, we will name it as serious. Okay, and the value, this was for fatal, we don't want it now, so I will just delete this. We want it for serious. So I will just take this value from pivot table, press enter. Okay, similarly this total will be also different. We don't want this total, so I will just delete this. So this percentage also I will delete. So I will do it from everything from start. So we have selected serious value. So apart from serious, there are two values, that is this fatal and slight. So we will take addition of these two below here. So I will just press is equal to this plus this value. Press enter. Okay, make sure when the sum of this is what 417883, that is the total number of casualties. Now we will find the percentage. So percentage is nothing but this divided by in bracket we will take this plus this cell. All right. We will close the parenthesis, and same again we have to fix this. We will select this particular cells and we will press function F4 onto our keyboard. So dollar symbols will be applied. Press enter and drag this form down. So you can see we have got serious severity values as well. So again we will create a donut chart. Select these two values, go in insert and select the donut chart. We will delete this unwanted parts over here. We don't want that. We'll reduce its size and we'll place it over here. Nice and good. Perfect. Same we have to do it for slide as well. Okay, so we will delete these values and we will name this to slide. All right, so we will have to take the slide value from here. So slide value is this. I will just enter, and the others will be nothing but fatal and serious. So this plus this, enter, and we want to determine percentage as well. Similar way we will be doing that. This divided by same again this value, that is M10 plus this value, enter, and we have to fix this So select this particular formula, this function F4, this will be selected, and then you have to drag your form. Okay. So this is what for slide, and we will create a donut cut for this as well, and we will delete this. Perfect. So these three charts have been created. Now we will go ahead and add this into our dashboard. Okay. So now for dashboard, what I will do, I will take a new sheet. Okay. So now we are going simultaneously with our next step as well. So last three steps where we will be doing it simultaneously, that is building a report or building a dashboard. Okay. So I will click on new sheet. Okay. And I will name it as dashboard. Okay. So this will be our dashboard. Perfect. So onto this dashboard, what we want is we don't want any grid lines over here, right? So select any cell, go into view and turn off these grid lines. Okay, so we can see this is now clean. Okay, next what we have to do, we have to give background color to this particular sheet. So click any cell, then press Ctrl A onto your keyboard. So all the cells will be selected. Go to home ribbon, and in here you have to add fill color to this. Go into more colors, and I will be using a custom color over here. So I have a color code for this. You can use the same color code. It says hashtag triple two B35. Okay, I'll just click on OK. So this will be our background color of our this particular dashboard. The next thing is what we will start placing our objects into this our dashboard. So the first thing, I will go ahead into insert, and you have to go into illustrations and go into shapes, and I will add this particular shape, that is a rounded corner rectangle. Okay, so I will add a small shape over here. So we want to add this particular shape. You could go into this dashboard, you have to add this particular shape, which is nothing but which carries a container which have the links which will be directed towards websites, link data. Then if you want to send an email from here, so we will see that later, but for now we will add a container over here. And so you can see the rounded corners are very much longer. What we can do, we have to reduce this. So select this container, and you can see a green circle, or the yellow dot circle over here. So you just have to press and reduce this, right? So you have to press and reduce this, so this looks good. So I will just select this, then I will go in shape format, and I have a size for this. So vertically I want the size as 18 centimeter, and the width of this should be 3. Okay, so this will be my size of this particular shape. Okay, so I will just adjust it nice and good over here. So I will see it in full screen mode. Okay, perfect. This looks nice. I will just add it to the center. I will go back and add it to always show ribbons. Okay, right. So I have to give color to this as well. So I will just go. You have to click this, right click over here. I will go in format shapes, and then you have to go in fill, and in solid fill you have to more colors, and here I will add a custom color for me for this. So I will be using a color code for this is 8497B0 7B0. Press enter. Okay, so this will be the color which I will be using for here. I will select this again, and you have to go in line, and you have to say no line. Okay, so we don't want any border given to this particular shape. The next one, we will add a title shape, or that is our dashboard title. So I will just go into the shapes, select the rounded corners again, and add this particular shape over here. Okay, make sure it is aligned perfectly at the top. So you have to select this shape, and I have the size for this is the height for me it is 1.75, and the width I will be using it as 35. Perfect. All right, so this is my shape. So I will just take it to this. Okay, so this looks nice. I will select this, and I will just reduce its corner radius. So this looks good. Then I have to give the color for this as well. I will right click, and I will go into format shape, and I want to change the color from here. I will go in more colors, and for here I will be using the color code as 303B4A. Okay, so this will be my color code. Select this again and say no line. So that is nothing but we don't want to give any outline to this particular shape. So now what I will do, I will just control C and control V over here, and I will just add it below. So we will be using this particular for our KPI. So I will just redo this, and for our KPI I will go in shape format again, and for our KPI the size for us will be, height will be 3 centimeter and width will be of 8.3. Okay, this will be our KPI. So I will just reduce the corner for this some little more. Okay, this looks nice. So I will just, what we have to do, we have to create one more instances. We have 4 KPIs. So I will just press Control and drag this. Okay, press Control and drag this, place it over here. Again press Control, drag this, place it over here. Press Control and drag this, place it over here. Okay, so now select all the shapes by pressing Control. Then you have to go in shape format, and in align option select align center. So it's not align center, align at middle. Okay, so when we select align at middle is nothing but all these particular containers will be perfectly aligned at top and at the bottom. And then we have to go again into and press here distribute contents horizontally. Okay, so as soon as I click on this particular distribute content horizontally, you can see it will be given an even width between these particular shapes. Okay, that is even space in between these particular shapes. All right, so this is what we want. The next thing, we will add the title of our dashboard. I will go in insert, then I will go into text and add a text box over here. So this is our text box, and I will name it as road accident dashboard. All right, select this particular shape here, go into shape format, go into shape fill, say no fill, go into shape outline, say no outlines. We don't want any border to this and any shape fill color to this. Then select this, go to home and give this color. So we will be using this color, that is light green, that is 80% green. Then select this, and the font which I will be using here, you can use the Calibri font. I have a customized font downloaded, that is nothing but Lato Black. Okay, this Lato Black font, it looks good onto dashboard. If you want, you can go ahead and download it from Google. And once you download it, once you install it, you have to close your Excel and reopen it so that it will be available for you to use. And I will increase the size of this particular thing. Just place it correctly over here. Perfect. So we'll just align it vertically in middle. So this is our title. The next thing what we have to add is our primary KPI over here, is that is nothing but the total casualties. So to add that, I will again go into insert, and I will click on text box, and I will add one text box here, and I will name it as total casualties. Total casualties. Perfect. Okay, so we will align it center vertically and horizontally. Again, we have to go in shape format. We have to say no outline and no fill. Okay, select this, go to into our insert again in home tab. Here we will be using the Lato Black font, and we will be using this particular color for that is blue accent. We will be using a color to give it as the heading for this. So it's just increase the size, and we will be using the font size as 15. All right. So now next I will just control C and control V over here. So what we will do, we will bring a value for this. So I will just delete everything over here. So select this particular text box which you have taken over here. Make sure that cursor is not blinking. Select it on the borders. Okay, so when you take it the borders, you can see four arrows are there. You just have to click, so entire text box is selected. Then you have to go into our formula bar, and when I press is equal to over here, so we have to take the reference of this particular KPI from our KPI sheet. So I will go into our KPI sheet, and I will select this particular. So as soon as I hit enter, so it will give us an error saying this formula is missing a range reference or a defined name. So this error is giving us, why this error is there, because when we go to our KPI, whatever values we are dragging it from here, so our dashboard will be what we can say, it is not, the text box will not take value directly from our uh, what we can say, this particular pivot table. So we have to drag, or we have to extract this value out of this pivot table. So how to do that? I will just select this cell, press is equal to, and select this particular value, press enter. So we are getting the same value, just we have extracted it outside this particular pivot table. Okay, so now we will again go to our dashboard, select this particular text table, press is, go into formula bar, press is equal to, go to our KPI sheet, select this particular cell, press enter. You can see we can see our value over here. Okay, so now what we will do, I will select this particular sheet, the select text table, go ahead here, and we will add font to this, that is Lato Black. Perfect. So we will be using a Lato Black, and we will be using this as our font color, and we will be using 24 as a size. Perfect. So these are our total casualties. This is our first KPI. I will just take it closer, and this looks nice. So this is our total KPIs. Next we will start adding our what we can say, KPIs over here, the other KPIs, other primary KPIs over here. So we will go to into our KPI sheet, and here from here we have to take this fatal value, we have to take serious value and slight value. So before doing that, we will see if these values are changing with respect to filter or not. So I will just select this pivot table, any cell into this particular table, go to into pivot table analyze option and click on insert timeline. Okay. So we will be adding a timeline because we will be using this particular filter. Click on accident date and click on. So you can see this particular timeline has been came over here. So we'll see with respect to years if these values are changing. So when I click on 2021, you can see these values are changing with respect to that, and with respect to that the donut chart is also changing. So if you want to see it for quarters, I select for first quarter, the values are changing. With respect to that, our everything, all the values are changing. So it looks good. So always check if your slicer is or working with respect to whatever data analysis you have done into our sheet, right? So now we will go ahead and build our KPI over here. So next what I will do, I will just take Control C, and I will be using the same over here itself. So this is what total casualties. So instead of total casualties, we will name it as fatal casualties. Okay, so these are fatal casualties. We will be using the same value again, Control C, Control V, and we will place it over here. Perfect. And we will change our formula. So inst from we will press is equal to, we will go to enter our KPI, and we want a fatal value. So this is our fatal value which we have to be displayed on our dashboard. So select this value, press enter. So you can see the value has been appeared over here. The next thing, we have to format this. So I will just change the font to Lato Black, and I want this particular size of font, it should be 28. So I'll just increase the size of this a little bit. I'll just place it over here. All right. And next what we have to do is, I will change this to this particular color. Okay, that is 5% darker white. All right. So this is our first KPI. Next what we will do, we have to add the other KPIs as well. That is this particular KPIs. We will add the donut charts later. So I'll just take these two, select, press Control and select these two particular text tables or text box. Press Control C, Control V. Okay, we have copied this, place it over here. Okay, again Control C, Control V, and take it and place it over here. Nice. So we will change this to serious. Just increase this, and then this will be slight. All right, so we have to just change the formula reference only. So we can see we are building this particular slide. Okay, so we will go back to our dashboard, and we will just change, we will just increase, we will take this up a little bit, and we will try to adjust it perfectly. So we are using or you are using area of the shape correctly. It should be looking even everywhere. All right, so now we have to change this value. So we will just select this text box, change this formula reference. It should be is equal to, go to our sheet, and we want it for serious, press enter. Similarly for this, we will change here go to our KPI and select our slide. Okay. So we have to give formatting to this particular values. What we can do is, instead of going changing again font, select this particular value. Okay, select this particular text box, click on format painter and just click over here. Okay, similarly click again on format painter and click here. So all those formattings will be carried forward to this particular KPIs. Next we will start go ahead and bringing our uh, donuts over here. So into our dashboard, we have to what we have to do, we have to select this donut, press Ctrl C, come here and press Ctrl over B. Right. So now what we have to do, we have to format this. So I will just right click and click on format chart area. The next thing what we have to do is click on no fill. We don't want any border to this. Okay. Then click on this particular donut chart. Okay. Click on this donut chart. So this everything donut chart is selected. Okay. Then go again down and in border line click on no line. Okay. Means what, the white line which was appearing over here, we don't want that line. All right. Then we want to give the color to this particular slices. Okay. Select this. Double click on this slice. Okay. We have to double click on this particular yellow color slice or saffron color size. Double click over here, go to our fill options, and you can see this color. You have to change it to this particular color. Okay, that is light gray background to darker 50. Select this particular. Next what we have to do is we have to change this particular small 1.4 percentage line as well. So to do that, what I will do, it is very hard to select it, right? So what we will do, will increase the size of donut. Now you can go ahead and select this. Okay, so just double click on this, go to this, and we will be using this as to be color. Okay, we are using this color. Okay, that is blue accent 5 lighter 80%. All right, then what we will do, close this, select this particular donut chart, go into format. Okay, and we will be using the size for is 3 by 3. Okay, the size for our donut chart will be 3 by 3. Enter. All right, just try to place it over here. Then I will just again right click here, go to format chart area, and you can see the donut explosion. I want it to be increased. Okay, so select this particular chart, go to into our size and properties. You can go into size and you can select this donut chart first. Okay, so you have to select this donut chart, then this option will come, that is donut hole size, and make it as 70%. Make it as 70%. Perfect. Close this. All right, so this has been done. The next thing, we will bring our other donut charts as well. So we will just press Ctrl C, bring here Ctrl V. Similarly, the next one also we will take Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Oops, Ctrl V. This will be here and this will be here. So immediately we will format this. I will just right click here, format chart area. We will click on no fill, no line, select this particular donut chart, then select no border, then go into our series option, and this explosion should be 70%. Similarly, double click onto this particular area. This we have to change this particular color. Go to our fill option, change from here and choose this color, and for this particular, double click on this particular blue color, change this color to this. All right, and similarly what we will do, we will change the size of this as well. Select this and it will be 3 by 3. Press enter. Perfect. Similarly, this format chart area, I will do this quick. No fill, no line, no line. Donut explosion as 70%. Change this color first. This should be this, and blue should be converted to light blue. Oops, not this, this one. And we will change it to 3 by 3. Perfect. We'll place it over here. Nice and clean. The next what we have to add is percentage at its center. So we will take this only value, Control C, Control V. We will place it at middle and we will bring that value from here. So we have to select this text box, Control Z. So select this text box, delete this formula reference, press is equal to here, then go to KPI, and we want this percentage to be displayed. Select this percentage, press enter. Okay. The next we will just reduce this size All right, so then we have the font should be Lato black. You can use Calibri font. This also looks good if you don't have the Lato black font. So I will just use Lato black font and try to place it exactly center, and we will be giving this as this color. Oops, this one. Perfect. Similarly, we will be doing this for these two donut charts as well. So I will just Control C, Control V, place it at center, Control C, Control V, place it. This has to be center. So select this particular text, delete this, and bring our form, that is for series we will be using this value, press enter. Similarly, select this, delete this formula reference, press is equal to, go to KPI, and for this we will be using this. All right. So we have to give, we have to change the formatting of this as well. So select this particular KPI value, go to format painter, select this. Similarly, select this formula and select this. So you can see the percentage symbol is not shown. So just increase the size a little bit here as well. So now we need to add the fourth KPI, and with respect to that, we need to create a new data analysis, that is new pivot table. And that pivot table will be used to create the fourth primary KPI, as well as we will create a secondary KPIs also from that. So we will go once again in our sheet, that is KPI, and this I will just drag it over at the top. And what we will do, we will use again this particular sheet, that is KPI table only. So what I will do, I will just select this all, press Ctrl C and press Ctrl V over here. So we will not create many sheets from out of that, right? So for KPI we will keep one single sheet. So now select any cell into this particular KPI table, and instead of accident severity, I will just uncheck this particular accident severity. What we want here is the vehicle type. Okay, so I will just go ahead and take this vehicle type and put it into rows. Okay, so now if you can go ahead and see, there are multiple vehicle types over here, but the vehicle types which we are showing into our dashboard, if I show you already prepared dashboard, we are only showing 6 vehicle types, right? And how to do it and how to analyze it over here. So this is very important, guys, because here we are you going to use some calculated items, that is a calculated field or calculated items, which is an option in pivot table, where what we can see here is for car KPI, we have to show the value of car, and as well as we have to show up this particular hire taxi. So this particular two values should be grouped, consolidated, combined, and then shown to you on the dashboard. So now how to combine them or how to consolidate them, right? So now to that, what we have to do is we have to select this particular row labels. Okay, make sure you have selected any cell which is of this particular members. Don't select this particular numbers over here. So if you go and select this particular numbers, go into this pivot table analyze option, and there is one field, there is one option called field items and sets. So this particular calculated item option is grayed out. Okay, so to activate this, you should select this particular members into this row labels, and then go to field option, and then you can see this particular option is highlighted over here. So click on that, and this option will be used to used to combine different items into that particular field. So the name of that which we will be using as cars. Okay, so for cars, what I will do, I will just select this 28 number, that is car, and the 39 number, that is taxi. We will consolidate these two, right? So for that, for cars I will be using the formula, and I will just select car over here, insert item. You can click on insert item, or you can just double click on this, the cars will be added. Plus what we have to add it with is the taxi. Just double click over here, and we can just click on add. So once I hit add button, you can see, and once I hit the OK button, you can see a new field has been created, a new row has been created, which is the addition of this particular thing, that is this particular value and this particular value. Okay, so now this has been already added, so we will just go ahead and hide this particular two values. So we will go in this particular filter box, we will just hide car, and we will hide taxi, and we just click on OK, because we are already showing car. Similarly, we will be doing the same method for bus, for motorbike, for minibus, and as well as for other vehicles, right? So now we will go ahead and prepare it for bus. So for bus, this particular value, that is this particular row, will be added with minibus. Okay, so now same, we will again go to pivot table option, field option, and calculated item, and for now it will be bus, and we will just delete this, and we will add it for bus coaches plus it will be for minibus. Double click and press OK. So you can see this new field has been added, and we will hide the one which we are using, that is bus coach and the minibus. Okay. So now next is what we will use, the goods vehicles, right? So this goods vehicle, and the van goods. This we will be we will be using, and we will consolidate and give it a name as van. Okay. Same, we will go into the pivot table options, fields, and we will name it as van. And the formula for this will be goods, that is 7.5 tons plus, over 7.5 tons plus the vans, that is under 7.5 or up to 3.5 tons. Click on OK. The new value has been added over here. Then we will go ahead and hide which we have used. So this and the van. Just click on OK. Next, what we will do, we will add these motorcycles, right? So again, go to our field, calculated items, and we will name it as bike, and we will add motorcycle 125cc, motorcycle 50cc, and up to 500cc and above 500cc, and just hit OK. And we will hide those again, this and this. Okay, perfect. So now we have cars, bus, van, and bike. And last one is what, agriculture vehicle. We want this particular thing as it is because this is only one member, and all other these three, that is other vehicle, pedal cycle, and ridden horse, we will put all these three into other item. Okay, that is, we will name it as others. Okay, and we will just go in item, and we will name it as others. And it is for other vehicle, plus it is for pedal cycle, and it is for ridden horse. And we'll just click OK, and we will hide them from here as well. Perfect. So you can see we are back to our 6 values. So this is, in this way we will consolidate, or we will group these values. And you can see the total of this is also 417883, even if we consolidate those, right? Make sure that it is 4177 417883. If it is something else, then you have missed out something. All right. Then we have to create a KPI over here, that is for the severity, which is maximum, uh, it is maximum with respect to which vehicle type. That is our primary KPI, which was asked in our requirement. So we can see cars. If we analyze all the values, cars is the particular vehicle which is causing more number of casualties. So we have to find it for car, right? So now we will create a table over here, and we will name it as car casualties. Okay, and I will highlight it as this. Okay, and this is with respect to car, and this is for others. All right. So for car, I will press is equal to, and I will take the value of car from here. Press enter. So apart from car, whatever those values are there, right? These values, that is this will go into others. So we will just press is equal to, and we will add those one by one. So this plus this plus this plus this plus this. Okay, and we'll just enter. So these are all others, and we have to find the percentage, same way how we have find it out here. So this divided by the total. Okay, so total is nothing but again this value plus this value, close the bracket, select this entire sales, and press function F4. So this will be fixed. Enter and drag it down. Okay, and we will convert it into percentage with 1 decimal point. All right, now select again this, and we have to create a donut chart over here. Go ahead and create a insert. Go to insert and create a donut chart. Let this title, let this as well, and we will reduce it, and we will place it over here. All right, now next we will just create this KPI over here. So I will take this only, Control C, Control V, and I will just increase this, and we will name it as casualties by car. So make sure it is at center. All right, and now select this particular text box, delete this formula reference, and make sure it is equal to, then go to our KPI and we want car value. So select this particular value, press enter. Okay, and select this value, format painter, this. All right, so this is value for car. Now we need to bring our donut chart as well. Let's control C and paste it over here, control V. All right, so we will just format it quickly. Format chart area, no fill, no line. Select the donut chart, no border. Then we have to increase its donut hole size, that is up to 70%. All right, then we need to change the colors as well. Select, double click on this blue color, and blue should be a light blue. This one, then select this saffron, it will should be this. Close this, then we will change the size of this, should be 3 by 3. Okay, and place it over here. Nice and good. Then control C, control V, we will have to show the percentage as well. Change this formula reference, go to our KPI and select this car, enter. Now select this value, we have to give formatting. Select this particular text box, click on format painter and select this. Perfect, nice and good. So now we have added our casualties by car as well. So our primary KPIs are done. Now next we have to add our secondary KPIs. So for secondary KPIs, what I will do, this format shape which I have outside, so I will just control C and control V. So this shape I will copy it over here, and I will give the size of it as height, I will give it as 12.4, and I will give the width as 5. Perfect. And just we will decrease the rounded corners. Nice, this looks nice. Okay, so now what we will be doing here is, into this we will be adding some shapes over here, and those shapes, in front of those shapes we will adding our primary KPI. So like for, we will add for agriculture vehicle we will take a tractor, for car we will take car, for bus we will show a bus, van, and then bike and others. Okay, so we will just see, we have to show first car, then we have to show minibus, and then we have to show bus. So coming to our dashboard, so what you have to do is make sure you are connected to your internet connection. Okay, then go to insert, then click on illustrations and click on icons. So these icons will load only when you are connected to internet. Okay, make sure your system is connected to internet, and here search for vehicles, search for vehicles. Okay, so when you click on vehicles, we have car, we have van, and we have bus. So just click on insert. So when you, once you click on insert, all this will be displayed over here. Just click outside, and one by one we will place it over here. So this is car. So for car, what we will be doing is the height and width for this graphics format will be 1.5. Okay, so this is 1.5. Just try to place it over here. Yes, it is 1.5. Similarly, this also it is 1.5. And this as well, 1.5. All right, next what we have to add is these three other shapes, that is bicycles. So I'll go in illustration, and in this click on icons, and we have to go in images. All right, so in images we will see if we find cycle over here. Okay, stickers, illustrations, no. So go in insert again and click on pictures, no. 3D devices, no. Okay, so I'm not finding. What I will do is I will take this particular shape from here. I will just copy this and paste it over here. I will add for you as well. I will add for, if you are not finding this into our shapes, I will send you the link for this into the description box so you can download the shape from here. All right, so I will just place it over here. The next thing is what we have to go again, insert, go in illustration and go to the shapes icons, and we have to add it for the others. Okay, so the others we will be using this particular size, and click on this and make it as 1.5. All right. The other one which you are seeing, this tractor, I will just press this. This is nothing but it is a PNG image which is downloaded from internet. You can go ahead and download the same and you can use it over here. So I'll just press Ctrl V over here and I will be using the same image. All right, so make sure it is having an equal distance between them. All right, so now I will just go ahead and give colors to this. So I will be using, so let's say this is a green saffron. Okay, this color, then I will give this particular as a blue color. For this shape I will go and ahead and give as a green color. For cycle I will choose as a golden color. This is already given, and for this I will choose it as a red color. All right, perfect. Now we will go ahead and start adding our values over here. That is our secondary KPIs. So what I will do, I will just take this value, Control C, and I will just Control V over here, and I will just bring this value itself over here. All right, so just reduce it, make sure it is properly over here, and we will go ahead and change this reference. Okay, so before doing that, once again guys, it will not take the values from pivot table. We have to go into our KPI and we have to extract these values out of this pivot table. So to do that, what I will do, I will just press is equal to, and I will take this value, hit OK. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and drag this formula, you can see the value is repeating again. So to do that, to make this formula dynamic, what I have to do is when I click on this first formula, so you can see it is taking as agriculture value. This is a static value, right? So when I drag it down, it should be taking car. So for second value also it is taking agriculture. For third also it is taking agriculture. So what I will do, I will just change, I will go to my first value. I will just delete this, and from here I will just take this value because this cell contains the agriculture value. When we drag it down, that cell value will also dynamic. Okay, I will press Control, that is Enter, select this value and drag it up. So what is happening? We have changed this to A26, so that is taking this value. So when I go to the second, it is taking A27, nothing but the car value. So I will go to the dashboard and select this particular text. Okay, select this particular text box, place here, click on is equal to, and select this. No, first is the car's value. So select the car, press enter. So you can see car value has been appeared over here, and I will change this to Lato black, and we can change this to, okay, so we are giving the color with respect to whatever we have taken here. We'll choose this color and we will make it as 20. Perfect. All right. The same way we will do for others, Control C and Control V. So we'll bring it over here. Similarly, Control C, Control V for this. We will just copy all the values, and lastly we will change the cell reference. You can either press Control C, Control V, or you can just press Control and left click on your mouse and just drag the value. It will be again, it will be copied automatically. All right, same here. Perfect. So for this we will change the reference from here. We will go to KPI, and second one is for van, so we will take the van value over here. Third one is for bus, so we will take the bus value from this KPI sheet. This is for bus. Then we have to change it for cycle, that is for bike. We will be using this symbol. We'll change this to, tractor is nothing but the agriculture vehicle, and others are nothing but other. Enter. So now we'll just quickly format this format mentor. We can just double click over here. So once you double click it, you can format it all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So now just we have to change the color. Select this particular text box and we will change the color of this. So we'll change this to blue. This will should be green. Oops, this one. This should green. This should be golden. This should be again green. And this should be red. And we will give the name of our year. Control C, Control V, and we will give the title for this. So this is nothing but the total casualties by vehicle type. Perfect. So select this and we will change the value to 12 font. We will change the font color to this. Perfect. So after developing the primary and secondary KPIs and placing them into the dashboard, we will go ahead and prepare the monthly trend, which is the third requirement, which we want to create a monthly trend for the current year and the previous year. So we will go to into our data, and here we will go ahead and take the new pivot table. So we will go into the insert, click on pivot table, and click on OK. So it will open the new sheet, and we will name it as monthly trend. Okay. So now for monthly trend, we will take month and put it into rows, which is the extra created or the calculated field while we created using the data processing. We will take year and put it into filters, and we will take the number of casualties and put it into the values. All right. So now first we will filter it out for 2021. So in filters, select 2021 and click on OK. Similarly, just copy this, Control C, and we will paste it over here, Control V. So for this we will choose it as 2022 and click on OK. So now what we will do, we have to create a combo chart. So for that I will extract all this value outside of this particular chart, and then we will create that. So first I will name it here as a month, then I will name it as 2021 casualties, and just Control C, Control V, and we will name it as 2022 casualties. Perfect. And the next I will just give them this color. All right, then we will extract the month from here, just is equal to enter. So we have extracted it, and we will just drag it down so all the months will be displayed. Then we want the 2021 casualties, so this is the table for 2021. Select this particular casualty. Now to make it dynamic, so if you can see in this formula, this is a hard coded, so it will be only for January, but to make it dynamic, when we drag the formula, we will delete this and we will select the first, that is A4. So just press enter, and when we drag it down, so it will be taking the respective values of those particular casualties. And for this we will take it from this particular table, that is 2022, and similarly here also we will make it as dynamic. All right, down. Perfect. So this is our data analysis. Now we will create a chart from this. Go select all the data, go to insert tab, and here we have this particular chart. All right, so this is our chart. All right, then take this down, and we will delete this. We don't want the title, we will make it later. Then copy this chart, and we will have to add it on this dashboard. So but before adding, I will just add a placeholder for it. I will add a shape. I will take this shape, Control C and Control V, and I will try to place it over here. All right, and I will take the size for this is as let's say width as 14, and height I will take it as 6.6. Looks nice. Perfect. So I will just reduce the corners here as well, and we will take our monthly trend, Control C, go to our dashboard and paste it over here. So we'll just adjust it. All right, perfect. So now we will change the design of this particular chart. So select this particular chart, go to in chart design, and we will take this particular design, that is style 3. So this is the design which we are going to use. Now we will format this. We will go to format chart area, and here we will take no fill, we will take no line. Then select this plot area. Okay, select this plot area. We will say no fill. Then we need to edit this particular lines as well. So before that, we will select this first line, that is blue color, which represents 2021 casualties. Then go to fill option, and you have a marker option over here. Go to this marker and collapse this, and we will use the built-in marker here. And from here we will select the circle. Okay, and the size we will choose it as 7, and we want to fill this particular with white color, so we will take a solid fill and we will change this to this particular color. All right, and then we will select the line, select the blue color line. Okay, select the line, then go in the line option, and in automatic we will that is the width of line, we will change it to 2.25. Okay, same steps we will follow for this particular, that is yellow line as well. Go to marker, then select built-in, select this particular option and 7. Then we will click on solid fill and we will choose this as the color. Okay, again we will go back to line, select line, then increase the width to 2.25. All right, then we will select these particular lines. Okay, these vertical lines, so select these vertical lines. You can see the dotted dots, blue dots indicates that these lines are selected. After that, change this width to 2.5. Okay, reduce it to 2.5, and okay, we have done here. Then we will take, we want this particular data legends to be displayed at top. So this into this drop down we will click on top. Perfect. Now select this data legends and we will give this different font. So this is the font we will give. For this we will take this particular font. Okay, this looks good. For this as well, we will choose this, and we will change the title also. Control C, Control V, and we will change it to current year, or we will name it as current year casualties versus previous year casualties monthly trend. Perfect. So after creating the current year casualties versus previous year casualties monthly trend, we will go ahead and create the bar chart which represents the casualties by road type. So for that we will go again into our data, select any cell and go to insert and create a pivot chart. So in this case, what we will do, we will take a road type. Okay, so we will take a road type and we will put it into rows. And with respect to that, we need to find out the number of casualties. We'll put it into the values. And this, since these numbers are very much big, so we need to convert it into thousands. So I will press Control 1, and you have to go into custom. So after that, uh, uh, you have to change this particular number system here, and we will make it as 0.0. We want it one decimal. You can see this value has been changed, and we will add one comma over here which represents it, the value in terms of thousands, and we will in double inverted comma we will mention as capital K, which is an unit for thousands. Click on OK. So you can see it is converted into thousands. And next, go into pivot table options on pivot chart and take a bar chart from here. Click on OK, and these are the buttons which are available here. We will just right click over here and hide all the buttons from here. Delete this, delete this, select the grid lines as well and delete this. We don't want this. Then we will just right click here and we need to sort it in from smallest to largest. So as it is sorted from smallest to largest, the bar chart will be sorted in the form of descending order. We don't want this axis as well. We just delete this. Now we will just copy this and we will go to our dashboard. So in first I will name this as road type. Okay, then we will go to our dashboard and first we will create a shape over here. So just Control C and Control V. I will just place it over here perfectly, and next we will just change its width to 8. Perfect. And and I will just copy this and we will paste it into our dashboard. All right, so just make it smaller. All right, then right click, format plot area. Select the chart. We don't want to format the plot area. The chart area should be displayed over here. No fill, no line. Then select this line as well. We don't want line. This, select this particular bars and go to our data series option. We want to increase the width of this bar and just decrease the width. Okay, make it up to 70%. All right. The next thing, select this bar again. Select all the bars. Okay, select all the bars. Go to our shading option. So we will give the color to this and we will give it a gradient fill color. All right. So for here we will take it as this dark color, and for the second one we will take it a light color. That is this one, and we will change this to 180 degree. All right. So if you can see, there are multiple, if I add this, there will be multiple in your cases, that is gradients. So you can select them and press delete, so those will be vanished out, or you can do from your remove gradient stop as well. So I'll just clear this, and this is the color which we will be using, and select this particular and change the font to white. This is okay. And we want the data labels as well here. So data labels, have on this data label, select this and click over here and make it as bold. So I will just change this again. We will, instead of 180 degree, we will make it as 0 only. Perfect. So this looks nice, and we will change the title as well. See, Control B, and this is the casualties by road type. All right. So now next we have to create a tree map over here. So for that, again we will go to into our data sheet and we will go in insert and insert a pivot table over here. And for this pivot table, we will be taking road surface conditions. So I will take a road surface condition into roads and casualties into our values. So now you can see here there are multiple what we can say road types over here, but into our chart we can only see 3, which is in our sample dashboard. So what we will do, we will again create or group these particular items with respect to our use, whatever we are going to do. So select any of this particular cell into this field, then go to pivot table options, and in field set go to calculated item. So whatever flood is there and weight is there, we will consider it as weight surface. Okay. Then so for this we will take flood. So flood is a type of weight surface only. So flood plus this particular weight or dam. So we'll just click on OK. A new field has been added and we will hide the initial ones, that is flood and weight. Just click on OK. Then dry one is which we have directly, the dry one, and the frost and snow will combine these two as well. So again go here, change the items, and we will name it as snow or ice. Okay, and we will change this to frost, ice plus snow. Click on OK, and we will hide it from here, frost, ice and snow. Click on OK. So this is the 4 which we will be using, and select this and go to our chart. So we have a chart options, pivot chart, and we want a tree map over here. But when I click on this particular tree map, this says that you can't create this type of chart when your data is inside your pivot table. So we have to bring this particular data outside the pivot table. So I will just close this. So to bring it out, I will click over here and I will name this particular as road surface, and here is the number of casualties. All right. So for road surface, we will extract these values from here and we will drag it. And the road values, we will take it from here. So now again, it is dry. For dry, it will be static. So I will just delete this and we will select the sail from here. Okay. And we will drag it down. So it will be dynamic. Perfect. So now from here, we will select, go to insert. And from here, we can create a tree map. So this is the tree map for us. We don't want these legends. We don't want this as well. All right. So now we will go to our dashboard and we will create a container over here. So just close this, select this container, Control C, Control V, and we will place it over here and reduce this. Perfect. Now we will go ahead and bring our container, Control C, and bring it to here. Perfect. So just reduce the size. So just right click format chart area, no field, no line, and select this and click on no line. We don't want borders as well for this. And select these particular values. So we want your numbers to be displayed. So we will go into our label options, go to label options and click here value. Okay, so the value will be also displayed over here. The next thing is we need to change the color of this particular tree map folders, that is for this rectangle. So double click on this particular thing, blue color, go to here and change this to this blue, or we can change it to this, or one second. Okay, this is good. So for this we will again change this as well. We'll choose it as light blue. Similarly here we will choose it as this. Perfect. And we will change the title as well. Control C, Control V. So casualties by road surface. Right. Perfect. So next we will go ahead and create our donut charts which are remaining, and last we will add our slicers and filters as well over here. So to create a donut chart, again we will go to our data sheet and here we will go to insert and we will click on pivot table and click on OK. So this is the last two requirements from our customers which are we are going to develop, and then we will put it into dashboard. So we need to create a donut chart with respect to urban and rural. So take this particular field, put it into columns. Then we want a number of casualties into values. So now these values, if you can see, these are very high and those are not that much readable. So we will convert them into our thousands. So select those and press Control 1. Go to custom, and we already have our custom format over here. That is this one. If you don't have, you can go ahead and type it into your system again. Click on OK. So you can see this is now in a readable format, that is 162,255K. You can also convert it into 1.62 million as well, depend upon you. So now select to this particular chart, then go in pivot table analyze option, and here you have a pivot chart option. Then we want a pie chart over here. So click on pie chart, and then we want a custom donut chart. So click on OK, and we don't want, so right click this particular fields. We will hide all those, and we don't want the title as well. So I will just reduce this and place it over here. So the next donut chart which we need to create is with respect to light conditions. So I will just copy this and paste it over here. And now we will create it with respect to light conditions. So we have to just find that field. So this is the light condition, and put it into the rows. Remove this original field, that is urban conditions. So now this is the light conditions which we have, and we want to show it with respect to day, or with respect to night, or with respect to dark. So if you can see, dark have three values over here. So what we have to do is we have to group them into dark. We have to consolidate them, and we know how to do that. So click over onto these row labels, go to our pivot table analyze option. In field and sets, click on calculated item, and we will name it as dark. And we will combine these three values. First, we will second, third, and fourth, and click on OK. So you can see the dark has been added over here, and we will hide these original values. All right, because we want only these two. And you can see total is also matching with respect to that. So now select this particular chart, go to pivot table analyze option, and on pivot chart we will select the donut chart. So just click on OK, right click here, hide all buttons from the chart, and we will hide this title as well. So now our donuts are ready. So we just need to take them and put it into our dashboard. So we will rename this as donut charts. You can actually name with respect to whatever chart we have prepared, but it will be easy for me to understand, so I have done that. Now go to dashboard, and here what I will do, I will take this shape, Control C, Control V, and I will try to put it over here and reduce the size. Perfect. And the go in shape format. Yeah, this is fine. Control C, Control V, I will create one more instance for this, and I will place it over here. Again, I will create one more, which will be my filter and slicer holder. Okay, and just extend it over here. All right. So this looks nice. The next step what we have to do is we will take our donut charts, copy this, Control C, come to our dashboard, paste it over here. We'll take the another one as well, Control C, and we will paste it here. Perfect. So now what we will do, we have to format this quickly. So first we will adjust them into our this particular shape properly. Then right click on this and select format chart area. In fill we want no fill, we want no line as well. Then select the chart, and we want no border to do to the internal pies as well. So now next what we have to do is we will increase the donut size, and we will change it to 70%. Okay, we have to decrease the donut size. So now we will change the colors as well. So double click onto this particular color, and we will go to our fill options, select gradient fill, and you can see there are multiple options over here. So I will just delete these internal gradients. We can keep only two extreme gradients, and I will change the color for here to me. This is one color, and the second one I will choose for me is this one. All right, and angle which I will choose for me is 60-degree. Perfect. Similarly, I will change this as well. Select gradient field and change this to, let's say, this one. You can choose your own color, guys, and this one. Perfect. And the angle will be this 120. All right. Similarly, we will do the same for this as well. So first we will go to no fill. We'll say no line, select the pie, say no line, then go and decrease this whole size to 70%. All right, and we will change the color here as well. Go to gradient fill, and yeah, for this we will keep the same, and for this we will change this one. Select gradient fill. First, you have to click here on this particular small bar, and then you have to change the first color. Then click on second one, change the second color. Right. All right. So these are our pie charts, sorry, the donut charts. And now what we have to do is we have to give the labels also for this. So we'll just click on this particular, and we will add the data labels. All right. And for here as well, we will add our data labels. So we'll just increase the size of our donut from here. We will try to place it at center. Similarly here as well, and try to place it at center. So this looks nice. Now what we have to do is we have to take this value, and I will bring it outside the donut particular, out of that particular slice of that donut, so that it doesn't it will look even something, right? And here as well, here as well. So now select this particular values, and we will change the color to white, and we will make it as bold. Similarly, the legends as well, we will make it as white color. Here as well we'll make it white, and this as well white and bold. All right, and we need to convert these numbers as well. So we will go again to back donut charts, select this, press Ctrl 1, change the format to thousands, click on OK, and we will come back and back to our dashboard. So this looks nice, so we will just reduce the size. Okay, perfect. The next thing what we will do here is we will give the numbering, or we will give the title to this. So we'll just Control C, Control V, and this is one. So I will just change this to casualties by location or area. And same, I will make one more instance of this, and this will be my casualties by light condition. And I will create one more, place it over here, and we'll name it as filters, filter panel. So this will be our filter panel. So now what we have done, guys, we have already taken all these particular sheets. We have completed our third and fourth step, that is data analysis and data visualization. So now we have also simultaneously completed our 90% of our report making and dashboard making. The next thing what we have to do is we have to add some slicers so that the data can be analyzed with respect to different angles, with respect to different granularity, and we have to add some objects over here which will be used to redirect or given a hyperlink so that it can be moved dynamically from one page to another page, or from one page to some another locations as well. All right, so what we have to do is next I will go to our KPI sheet, or you can go to any sheet. It's not required you have to go to KPI sheet. So first I will just delete these slicers from here. If you have, you can do that. If you don't have, you have to click on this particular sheet, or the pivot table which we have created. You can go in any sheet. You can select this pivot table, or you can select this pivot table. For now, I will select this. Go to pivot table analyze action and click on timeline and select this particular action date and click on OK. Okay, so this is our timeline. So I will just copy this and I will bring it to our dashboard. So this is our timeline which we will be using. So I will just reduce its size. So we will be using this particular timeline. Now, whenever I'm changing anything over here, so you can see it is only changing our particular KPIs, right? Because it is not connected to all the sheets which are present right now on the dashboard. So to do that, or to have these connections to all these particular sheets of this particular timeline, so right click, go to report connections. This dialog box will be opened. It will ask us to on which sheets you have to apply this particular connection of this timeline. So we will apply everywhere except this monthly trend. We will not apply this particular filter. We don't want to change it with monthly trend. So select everything except the monthly trend sheet and click on OK. Now if you observe carefully, whenever I'm changing, you can see all the values are changing with respect to that. So this has the connection of this. Next, what we will do, go to our KPI sheet. You can select any sheet. I will select again this sheet and go to pivot table analyze option. And we will, right now we have inserted timeline. Now I'll insert slicer because we want an urban and rural size slicer over here. So just click on OK. I will just reduce its size and I will just Control C and bring it to our dashboard. So this is our urban and rural slicer. Okay, perfect. So now whenever I'm changing this as well, it is only changing KPIs. If you can see, I'll just take it up. So whenever I'm changing, it is only changing KPIs. So what we have to do is we have to change the connections of this as well. So right click and click on report connections and tick, this time we have to tick everything. We want to change everything with respect to this slicer. Now whenever I'm clicking, you can see, you can notice the values are changing with respect to that, and we are getting a complete and full dynamic dashboard. Now if you see onto these slicers, guys, it is not matching with respect to our dashboard theme. So for that, what we will do, we will change the background of this particular slicer. So select this timeline, go to in timeline. You can see I have already created this one, so I will show you how to create. So it might be not there for you into this particular what we can say slicer timeline style. So you have to click on this particular new timeline style, then go to whole slicer. You can, if you want, you can name it. So I will name it as new style for timeline. Okay, then click on whole timeline, click on format. Whole timeline is nothing but this entire timeline window which you have here. If you want to change its fonts, if you change the if you want to change its border or fill option. So right now I will change the fill options over here. I will go in more colors and I will click on more colors and click on custom, and I will use here custom what we can say code for me. It is hashtag 0303 D4A. Okay, and I will just click on OK and click on OK. Next, you have to choose your header. So in header, what I have to do is I have to go in font, and for header I will be using as this color. Okay, or yeah, this color I will use a light blue color. It should be bold. Click on bold and click on OK. The next selection label, we have to choose the selection label is nothing but this particular all periods. Okay, it is a selection label. Accident date was your header. So for selection label, I will choose this particular lightish white color or grayish color, and you don't want it to be bold, so I will just click on OK. Time label, click on format. Time label is nothing but this particular years is your time label, right? So year, quarter, month, whatever it is. So here also I will choose a light white gray color, click on OK. Period labels are nothing but 2021, 2022, 2023 year are your period 1 labels, so I will choose that also as white. And period 2 labels are nothing but whenever you are changing it to quarter or month, so second label will be your, that is quarter and months, like January, February, Q1, Q2, Q3 will be your second label, and we will also change it to white. Okay, and selected time block is nothing but whatever we are selecting over here. After selection, what should be its color, right? Like I'm selecting 2021, so what should be its color? So I will click on format and I will go in fill options, and I want this to be my color. Okay, I will just click on OK, click on OK, and you can see this new style has been added over here. So it is not applied over to this particular timeline. So click on this timeline, go to this drop down, and you can see this is our new timeline. This is our new timeline. That is new style for timeline. Click on this, and you can see this has been applied to this particular slicer. All right. So same we have to do for this particular things also. That is for this slicer, and right now I have already created this. Okay, so I will be using this directly. You can follow the same options how we have created for this particular timeline. Okay, so now if you can see, our dashboard is almost completed. So next we have to add some icons, and we have to give some hyperlinks to this. So I have already added this image over here, so which gives us the idea about the road accident logo. So you can download it from Google. You can see I have just searched here accident PNG icon, and I have taken it from here. You can do the same. You can download it from Google. The next icons which we have to add over here is some icons from insert, and you have to go in illustrations and click on icons. Make sure you are connected to internet connections, otherwise they will not load here. And we want to add here a data icon. First is the data icon, so we will take this particular icon and we will take this as well. So just insert and we will place it over here, and we will add the other icons as well. So we want the mail icon, so we need a mail icon. Then we need one more icon over here that will be redirecting us to our website. Okay, that is let me see which is that. So this one, and click on insert. Okay, so we have added all our icons, so we'll just try to place it properly. We will just select all of them, and we will change its graphic format, height and width. We will take it as 2. Just select this entire and make it as 2. Okay, so this looks nice. So you just add it over here. Right. So now what we have to do is we have to give a hyperlink to this. So I will just right click on this, and I will just click on link. Okay, and now this particular icon should take me to our dashboard. So I will go into this place in the to a place in this document. So that is in this document only there is one dashboard or sheet where I want to navigate by this particular uh, icon. So I will just click on dashboard. I want this to go to my dashboard. So I will just click on OK. And this icon, I want it to go to our data analyst sheet. So first we have to create the data analyst sheet. So I will just click here, new sheet. I will click a new sheet, and I will name it as data analysis sheet. The thing is here, guys, what I am doing here, why I'm taking this data analysis sheet, because whenever a new user comes, new developer comes, or your client is viewing this particular dashboard, he need to know like what particular summary data or pivot tables you have used, what aggregations you have used while building them, either you have used count distinct or sum or average. And it will be helpful for a developer as well if you want to change anything in future, so that it will be helpful for him as well. So in this case, what we will do, we will go into our KPI and we will take each and every pivot table from here. So I will just control C and I will put it into this particular data analysis sheet and paste it over here. So for each and everything, we will just bring all these things. So I will just fast forward this and state it over here. So whenever a user comes or a developer comes, new developer comes, so he will know that which type of or which pivot tables are used for which type of chart. And if you want to change anything, he can go ahead and change with respect to that from this particular data analysis sheet, right? And client will also know like what particular analysis has been done for building his particular dashboard. Right, so now we will go back to our dashboard and now we will go ahead and change the link for this, and we want it to be in this document itself and we want it to direct to data analysis sheet and click on OK. The next is what that is particular mail. So when you click on email address, so you have to put your Outlook address over here. And as soon as you put, right now I don't have any address. So when you put your own address over here and click on OK, and when you hit this button, automatic an email window will open and Outlook sent email window will be open, and where you have to just click on send button. And this entire sheet will be sent to that particular fellow. Okay. And right now for this particular link, what I have to do here is I have to click on existing page or on web page and we have to paste it over here. So this is nothing but it will redirect us to a Wikipedia page of UK accidents. So for that, what I have to do is I have to type here UK road accidents Wikipedia. Okay. So that is UK road accidents Wikipedia. So this page will be opened. So in this page, what you can see all the theoretical part and UK accidents from 1926 to till date, and what are those accidents, what are the number of casualties. So this will give you more idea about the historical accidents as well. So just copy these links, press Ctrl C and come to our dashboard and paste it over here and click on OK. Perfect. So now all the links have been added. Now if you want to go to data sheet or data analysis sheet from here, you can see when I click on this, I'm at the data analysis sheet, but from here I have to go again back as well. So for that, I will just copy this entire shapes over here, select our entire shapes and the background as well, and press Ctrl C, come to our data analysis sheet and paste it over here, right? So now let's say I want to go from data analysis sheet to our dashboard. So just click on to this particular dashboard. You will come back to our dashboard. You can go back again back to data analysis, come back to dashboard. If you want to go to Wikipedia page, just click on this and a new page will be opened here, Wikipedia page. Okay. So this was our complete dashboard design, guys. I will show you in the full screen mode. So this is what we have designed right now, and I hope you have liked this. You have learned something. This was a complete data analyst project from start to end. You will be assigned with same projects like this, but just that it will be not one dashboard. You have to design multiple dashboards, and in this flow only you will get first requirement, data cleaning, data processing, data analysis, visualization, making reports. This is only the step. Just there are some different trends with different companies, right? So I hope you have liked the video. If you have liked, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe the channel, turn on the notification bell, so that in future many new projects, whenever I am uploading, you will get a notification and you can learn from that. Until then, goodbye guys.